Everybody, welcome to the Red Stars' post-match media availability. We have Coach Donaldson, Mallory, Swanson, and Jenna here with us. As always, if you have a question, please use the raise your hand function and I'll use it to call on you. Anybody want to kick us off? Taylor, go ahead.
Hey guys, thanks for chatting with us today. If you could just start us off with kind of your thoughts on the match.
Jenna, first.
Sure. I think to get a point on the road, especially after being a goal down at halftime, is huge. And, you know, Lauren said in the locker room at halftime, like, let's see what we're made of. And I think this is partly a defining moment for our team. Like, we didn't back down. We battled to the end. Just proud of everyone, the performance, everyone who came on. Team effort.
Yeah, I mean, what Jenna says is correct. I mean, we have to, sometimes it's good to see what you have made of early. And, we had our calling today, and I think the girls answered, and but it's still only 3 games in, so I'm not getting too excited about anything yet because we have long ways to go.
Yeah, I think on the game, I think we defended pretty well. Obviously they have a lot of players that are very crafty on the ball. And ultimately, like, we had our defenders, Sam and Quika, step up big and block some shots. And yeah, I think overall, like, it was a good team performance. So.
And then on the goal that Orlando scored, right? It was a set piece, and they've kind of been pretty threatening on set pieces. Do you guys kind of have an idea of what happened there? Because I'm assuming like there was like you guys had done prep this week on set pieces, and yeah.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you practice all you want, but a deflection or something, it just looked like a little deflection. Any little deflection doesn't matter how minute it is. Sometimes it causes problems. So I mean, even though we practice and we know what's coming, but any kind of deflection, usually in those tight positions, can result in a goal.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Taylor. Joe, go ahead.
Hey y'all, thanks for the time. Always appreciate it. Jenna, first career assist. How are we feeling?
Great.
It's a great one too.
Really great. Yeah.
I mean,
It's been, a long couple of years in this league. This league is not easy. So I think it's just, great to get one, great to help the team. Obviously, like, so blessed to be a part of Mal's first goal back. But yeah, it's just one of many, and hopefully a goal comes soon. So it's great for now, but just want to keep like building and pushing for more and more this season.
Yeah, and Mal, I heard you shout her out on the broadcast. Obviously, we all, it was a great shout out. And just that pass, obviously going over the top, but just how have you seen Jenna improve in these last few years? I mean, time away, seeing her come back and play these last 2 games really well.
You're like 14.
I know.
Really?
I said it at the beginning of preseason. I was like, Jenna, whatever you like did in the off season was like amazing, because this is like the best form I've seen you in. And I think you're a great contributor to this team. And I think the best thing and the thing I admire the most about her is like she just keeps her head down and keeps working and keeps pushing, and eventually like the hard work pays off, and it's one of those stories. And yeah, and I've known her for a long time, so to see that evolve is super special.
Yeah. And then just to thank you, Mal. I appreciate that. It means a lot. But to shout out Mal really quick, like, she's just a person and a player that makes everyone around them better. And it has been probably one of the highlights of my career, playing with a player like you. And
Thank you.
You make me better. You make our team better. And having you back after last year is like such a blessing.
Thanks.
Well, that was lovely. Lauren, seeing your team fight for each other to persevere through that type of game where you're facing 21 shots, it says a lot about this group.
Yeah, the way these two were talking, I almost start crying, but I'm not holding it. So what the heck's going on here? No, 21 shot again. Yeah, we started out really rough in this one, and took a while. We couldn't wait to get to halftime to make some adjustments and go through some stuff. But we started out rough, and that's gonna happen. I know with a lot of new players and stuff. So 21 shots. You know what? I mean, as I said, sometimes I don't spend much time looking at stats. I just look at results. I'm a result-oriented kind of guy. So we can throw out all the stats all we want. I'm just trying to get results. Okay, here. So I don't know. Is it 21? I don't know. That sounds like a damn basketball game, but I don't know.
Well, thank you all. Safe travels and appreciate the openness.
Thanks, Joe. LT, go ahead.
Hey guys, LT Red Stars report. Coach, you gave some debuts to a couple of rookies tonight. What did you see from them and the impact that they had on the match?
Well, I tell you what, they came in actually at a very difficult time. So, and they came in while we were down, so it must have done something well for them. They had to it, for us to get a draw and get a point out of the game. So I see a lot of resilience, a lot of toughness, and and they show me something that they're willing to fight for themselves, for the team, and for for Chicago in general. They're hard-nosed, blue-collar type of people, and I think we love them.
And a player like Tatum Milazzo, who was a consistent starter the last few years with the club, saw her first minutes this season. What did you see in the match that kind of led to her seeing the pitch, and how do you think she performed?
Well, I mean, the way they were playing on the right side, I think it was a better matchup, in the end for Tatum. That's what we kind of go. That's what I kind of go by, and the coaching staff. We just look at the matchup, and if there's somebody who needs to be in because of the matchup, we will pull the plug. Different games, different matchup. So I don't think again, I can start different people depending on the matchup and depending on the game and the situation. So something will happen in that game, so we decided to switch it.
And Mal, nice to meet you, by the way. And some familiar names this year on the club, but a lot of players who you haven't really played with a lot in your career before. What has it just been like for you to just be around the club again, go to training, travel with the team after such a long time back?
Yeah, I think at first it's always, you're kind of like, even like the first travel trip, you're like, okay, you got to get used to doing that again, the first training back. But I think the best part is like this club, like there's a lot of new, and I think there's a lot of excitement with the newness. And so it's kind of like a perfect parallel, the way I look at it.
And I haven't had the opportunity to ask you about Sam yet. I know you played with her, I think, in your first year in Washington. What has it been like for you reuniting with her in Chicago?
Great. I'm just glad I don't have to play against her anymore. No, I mean, it's great. I think Sam is one of the best center backs in the league. I think the way that she's on the ball, the way she moves the ball, the way she leads from behind, defends, like all of it. She has it all in a center back, and that's someone who you want on your team for sure.
And Jenna, your role last season with this club was essentially like a late game impact sub, and it kind of seemed like things were kind of going that way again at the beginning of this season in that first match, but some other circumstances have led you to getting 290 minutes full matches in a row. What has it been like for you to see kind of more consistent minutes? I'm sure it's something that you've really been fighting for.
Yeah, I mean, I'm grateful for those minutes, but I try not to assume anything and just be prepared for whatever my role may be, whether it's 10 minutes, whether it's 90 minutes, whether it's 120 minutes, like 100 today.
Stoppage time.
Just being ready for for when my number's called. I think that's just most important.
Thanks, LT.
All right, thanks.
Just the time, we're gonna go to Leslie next.
Hey folks, just a question for Lauren. It was definitely a tale of two different halves. The first half and the second half were two sides of the same coin. But if you could just talk about the biggest concern you had, perhaps going into halftime, that you were hoping to change.
Yeah, I just think, I mean, we were just giving the ball away too easy, and we were not finding the open players, especially, you know, when we're making runs from midfield to, you know, forward. We weren't finding the space, and I think the second half, we made some adjustments, just, you know, move up, you know, made a sub and just shift a couple of things around, and it seems to help us. And, you know, our two central midfielders were a lot better on the ball. I mean, because we are a lot better, a lot simpler, so things opened up for us a little bit better. So, you know, that's exactly what happened here.
And then I know you said that it's only 3 games that into the season, but it's still 3 games. That's still kind of a big deal. How do you hope to keep the momentum going?
I mean, I think the players, I think it's all of us, you know, I mean, you know, I'm just here to guide and just, you know, whatever I need to do to make it going. But I think I have a group of players who are committed, and the commitment from the coaching staff and the med staff and everybody. I think everybody's committed from top to bottom to make sure this thing works. So, you know, we will run into tough times, but you know, even like tonight, we had a tough half and we sorted out, and you know, that's the expectation from us. I mean, I think we're trying to set a bar for ourselves, not another team, just ourselves. You know, so the bar, you know, we will dictate what happened with our own progress, you know, going forward.
Thanks,
All
Leslie.
right, thank you.
Dan Laletta, go ahead.
Thanks, everyone. Dan Loletta from Equalizer. Mal, on your on-field interview, you said you've been struggling to find that final little edge. How much of that is that you haven't played soccer in a while, and how much of that is kind of getting back to full fitness and confidence after the injury?
Both. I mean, yeah, it's both. I think it's yeah, I don't know really how to explain it, but I think what I've learned the past 3 games is like it takes time, and I think I needed to give myself a little bit more grace with where I was at, and honestly just like take a deep breath and shoot the ball.
And Lauren, 7-minute VAR check there. Were you already kind of mentally preparing to play with 10 till they called it a nothing?
We practiced this.
Yeah, but you know, again, you know, I don't want to criticize the VAR. I could do it if it takes that long to make a damn decision. Then there's no decision, so we just get on with the game. So I don't know what we're looking at, but we were prepared to do anything because we practice. You know, that's the kind of stuff. I'm a big believer that sometimes you train and you play with 10. So we were ready to go. And anything they said, we would have. If they say play with 12 or 9, we would.
I'm with you there. Do you guys get to see that as it's happening, or are you just in the dark about any replays?
Well, they were showing it on the monitor, so which is actually, I think it's illegal, but they were showing it, but I didn't. I mean, it's a referee decision, so.
I gotta get Mal out to a flight, so does anyone have
A flight.
one
Thanks.
question?
I'm good, guys. Thank you.
Sorry, Dan, what'd you say?
I'm good.
Okay, cool. I will get Mal out
Thank
here.
you.
Jenna, I believe Jenna Tonelli has a question for you.
Hi,
so-
Jenna.
Hey, Jenna, nice to see you. Congrats on the assist.
Nice to see
how
you
do-
again.
Yes, so a couple questions. I was going to ask both you and Mal this, but just for you as a player during that insanely long VAR check, you know, what's kind of going through your head, and you know, what are you saying to your players? And because that's kind of like a long time for you guys just to be kind of standing around waiting for this decision.
For me.
So you, Jenna.
I mean, honestly, I think there's a group of us and Marta kind of just in a circle, like they just need to get this going, like whatever it is. But I think it's just staying focused, getting hydrated, figuring out like if we are going down to 10, what's our system going to be? If we are staying with 11, you know, how are we going to finish the game? So it's just like getting your legs back under you, getting your breath, kind of just waiting.
Absolutely. And then Mal had said that whatever you did this off season, like keep doing it because you're having a great season so far. So what was your mindset coming into this season, and that has kind of allowed you to step up into this kind of newer role, starting and contributing and notching your first assist?
I just went in with the mentality like I did for the past 3 years. I just want to prove myself, prove that I belong here, prove that I can play in this league, and just contribute to the team the best way I can, whether that's 10 minutes, 90 minutes. That's just what it's about. And I have a really great support system at home. So shout out all of them for training me, getting me ready.
Awesome. Thanks so much. Congrats to you both on the unbeaten streak and the assist.
Thank you, Jenna.
Thanks, Jenna. We'll call it there. Thank you, everybody, and I'll have a recording out shortly.